thriller. Oh, this your girl, my band had the stiller. I hop on the beat and I float like a river. I caught a TD, yeah, right across the middle. I'm speaking facts, boy, you telling riddles. Can't hang with the gang, so we had to sit them down. I'm in LA, right around and around. My dog just called, say he finna touchdown. When I call a play, you won't hear a sound. Hold up, money calling right now. I gotta go and get it, and it don't matter how. All I know is, man, yeah, I'm 10 toes down. I keep my head high and my eyes on the prize. Yeah, my feet on the ground. Let's go. Let's go. I told my boys, it ain't no limits. No. Told all my dogs, it ain't no limits.
It's week 1 of the National Football League, where division rivals will clash in the AFC North. It's the Steelers and the Bengals, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium, right on the banks of the Ohio River. Today, no waiting around. We jump right into an AFC North battle in Week 1 between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Alongside Charles Davis up in the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Very pleased to be with you for another season of NFL football. And, Charles, we are no stranger to rivalry games between Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. What is different is that the roles have kind of been reversed. Cincinnati comes in as the division favorites following last year's Super Bowl appearance. The Steelers no more Big Ben, and they're now viewed as likely underdogs.
And we've known that the roles have been reversed since last season and the entire offseason. Yet still hearing you say it, it still has to sink in. And I know the Bengals fans, they're very happy to see those roles reversed because they had dropped 11 straight to Pittsburgh prior to their recent resurgence. So this was a great test for both of these teams to start off this season. Pittsburgh with a new quarterback and Cincinnati coming off of the Super Bowl.
On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And we are underway from Cincinnati. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. The Bengals getting set for their first possession of the ball game and leading them out in his third season. Really the face of Cincinnati football, Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow could have won Comeback Player of the Year last season simply for his statistics. 4,600 yards, 34 touchdowns through the air. But he brought the entire Bengal organization on a comeback after 5 straight losing seasons. First with a division title, then an unexpected AFC title, and led the team to their 3rd Super Bowl ever. And he had them less than 2 minutes away from winning it for the first time. Keep an eye on Joey B. He expects to bring a Super Bowl title to Cincinnati in the near future.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We're going to just keep this line on a loop because we say it so often. First down, Tyler Boyd. He's thrived in a high-volume role for the Cincinnati Bengals, averaging almost 80 catches and 950 yards a season over the last 4.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow. Man open. That's Jamar Chase complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4-4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They're passing here. Joe Burrow dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Burrow. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. He'll look to throw. He'll drop this one down to mix it. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
So on is the lefty, Kevin Huber, to kick it away for the Bengals here on 4th down. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh's offense making its way out, and we get a look at the player drafted to succeed Ben Roethlisberger as the franchise's quarterback. Knows a lot about the city. He's a rookie out of Pitt, Kenny Pickett.
In the 2022 NFL Draft, the worst-kept secret of all, the Pittsburgh Steelers were locked in on taking a quarterback. Everyone knew it. The question was, out of all the possible names, who would they select? In the end, they took the hometown kid from Pitt, Kenny Pickett, who heads next door to lead the Steelers. Definitely some huge cleats to fill, replacing Ben Roethlisberger, who has pledged to help the youngster get his feet wet in Pittsburgh.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Pat Freiermuth, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. The Steelers draft class here for 2022, and even with other notable names taken in the middle rounds, this draft, it comes back to the name at the top, CD, the hometown quarterback, Pitt's Kenny Pickett, staying in the Steel City as a first-round pick.
And the consensus of talent evaluators going into the draft, it wasn't a quarterback-heavy draft, but if one would go in the first round, most thought it would be Kenny Pickett, thinking he's the most pro-ready. And as you noted, he stays in the Steel City. And how about the receivers they took? George Pickens out of Georgia in the 2nd round. He's the tall one. And Calvin Austin III out of Memphis. He's the short one, but both of them can fly.
And he will have a Steelers first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Harris running straight ahead. 45 yards rushing for him now. What a drive for him to kick off the new season.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett.
Flushed out right. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals are going to have it here at their own 15.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
Burrow's throw here on target to Hurst.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
11.
A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
He completes it to Boyd. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down.
And connects quickly to Jamar Chase.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Here's Burrow.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Joe Mixon, his 1st rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bengals take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run, making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle, no running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Kenny Pickett and the Steelers ready to work once again. And he's been off target here early on. 2 drives, 2 interceptions. They'll look to snap that streak here as they start 1st and 10.
They'll start the drive with Harris. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
59 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now Pickett will look to pass it.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter.
And the Bengals are going to get the football there as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Here we go, here we go.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow 1st down. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him. And he
tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. He's at the 50, 30, 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Well, that's going to change the course of things. They had a good drive work and a chance to really open things up here in the first quarter. Instead, the defense, they got exactly what they needed.
Yeah, they certainly did because making that type of a play gives them confidence moving forward and maybe makes them a little more reticent on the offensive side of the ball.
Because if the touchdown had gone the other way, this thing could have started to get ugly early. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he starts his new year off on the right foot as well, as this kick is good. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
From midfield now, Burrow. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter of play.
11.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. They still can't get it. toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 7-7, our score after one. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here.
Here we go.
As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. To the right side and complete to Hurst. Only able to gain a couple here, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Burrow will throw.
Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds.
90 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
First down, and they go back to Harris. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run again with Harris. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. On the give, this is Harris. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They run the play fake. Here's Pickett. That's swung out wide to Harris.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first.
Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Here's Pickett.
And he fires one incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. A give to Harris. And some space here.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Pickett now to throw off the play fake.
He'll buy some time right.
Out route, and he connects with Freiermuth.
And they'll get this down to the 10. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Here's Harris. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
Pickett sets up play action.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. They run with Harris.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. Boswell's kick is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Mixon.
Gotta go.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Here we go.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Burrow looking to pass. To Mixon on the check down. And he is going to lose yardage here. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 38-yard line. Now Burrow.
This goes out wide for Mixon. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the 1st half.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now he's flushed out left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run.
And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20.
A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 58 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
Now Harris. Out to his left. And he rifles one incomplete.
Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real...
Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face and an instrumental.
We welcome you back to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. Currently, it's the Steelers with a football as we get back into the action in quarter number 2. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And they're going to get him down shy of the first at about the 13-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up fourth down.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score.
So Pickett is off to the sideline, and Chris Boswell is on for the Steeler field goal try.
Boswell's kick is good, and the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what those games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Dumps it off to Mixon. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that will bring up second down.
And Burrow's saying, let's go, let's go.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Here we go.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They're passing here. Joe Burrow.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Here we go.
2nd and 5.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw again. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up.
Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
Here we go.
They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. And Burrow going to throw again.
Open man, it's complete to Higgins.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 18.
Gun.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Here we go.
To throw again on second down.
Burrow. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again.
Picked off by Akella Witherspoon. The 40. Past the 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
They were in a very good position to come up with a go-ahead score there. A really good drive. Instead, it turns into 6 points going the other way. Psychologically, I don't know what that's going to do to them.
So as a coach, you're looking at that as at least a 10-point swing, right? Because they had the field goal in their back pocket.
They certainly did, and you're right. At least a 10-point swing, maybe more.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now stands at 13.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We begin 2022 up in the Tar Heel State. Cleveland paying the opening day visit to Carolina. And it's the Panthers who are out in front. Baker Mayfield has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, it's off to Chicago. Check on the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. Trey Lance with a couple of touchdown passes. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And at this point, they trail the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Devin Duvernay, a touchdown reception. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for the Steelers in that first half. And as you can see, they've started the season with a focus on the running game, and it served them well in the opener so far. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week one, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. We're in the process of that kick return. It appears we had an injury. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, there were 3 talking points in the half, partner. All of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
23 yards the pickup there. Off the play fake, here's Pickett. That's complete to the former Aggie Jay Sternberger. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run again with Harris. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Escaping the pressure right. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities. And this is a good one right in front of them.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Burrow. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Here we go, here we go.
From the gun to give to Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. T.J. Watt, always a disruptor, there to blow that play up.
I see him shaking the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 53 yards on the ground for him so far. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Burrow. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to fourth down.
Just another standout play from the best pass rusher in football. Last season, one for the ages, tied the single-season sack record, and unsurprisingly, won the Defensive Player of the Year for the league.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback.
Pittsburgh offense making their way back out as this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 14. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. From the red zone now, here's Burrow, first down. He gets this in the hands of Mixon.
And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. From the 9, 2nd and 5.
To the air again, Burrow. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Burrow on play action. Throw left side complete. That's Boyd.
And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Mixon. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
11 empty.
Another try for Mixon, and he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD.
Joe Mixon, his first rushing touchdown on the year, and the Bengals have cut it back within a score. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead will shrink to 6. That time, a 9-play drive. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon.
Fields it right around the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Well, the Steeler offense set to regain possession. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. First throw now for the backup Trubisky.
He's got this to Pickens. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
A torn ACL cost George Pickens most of his final season at Georgia, but he did return for the college football playoffs and had an impact. And in his first 2 years there, wow. Led the Bulldogs in touchdowns both seasons. Had people thinking he could be a first-round pick. The ceiling is huge with this kid. Nice pickup there for a first.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Harris running straight ahead. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
Cincinnati set to take over once again.
That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
T.J. Watt in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
They'll set up a throw. He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener.
Now it's Burrow. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown.
Jamar Chase, 41 yards. And the Bengals have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that will put them on time here in the 3rd.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense.
Their lead, they have seen it evaporate completely after such a good first half. They've been shut down here in the 3rd quarter.
Searching for answers, trying to figure out what it's going to take to get back to where they were before. The big part of it is that sometimes you don't have to go exotic now. You go back to basics. Being able to run the football, string some things together, some effective passes, try and get a rhythm established again, and try and get back in the lead.
Back in the lead, like you said, back to the basics.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 187 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield now, Burrow. Now they go screen. It's complete.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 43-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
3 yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. Burrow will throw. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Micah Fitzpatrick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going.
Here we go.
Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
11, Thomas. 11.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Burrow. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Trey Norwood. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously in hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now it's Burrow. Looking for Chase on the out route. He's got him. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Burrow to his old LSU teammate Chase for a Bengal first. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now, a quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Options galore here. Second and a few inches. Burrow looking to pass. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. First down. Here's Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Throwing again on second down. Burrow looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Touchdown, Bengals! T. Higgins, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken at about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And the Steelers set to take the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run again with Harris, and he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They run with Harris. And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The offense on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Boy, 214 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. With Harris out of the shotgun. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. On the give, this is Harris. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
9 yards is the pickup there. They'll have a 2nd and 1. Harris. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They're passing here. Joe Burrow.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
The LSU connection. Burrow to Chase for the Cincinnati first.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap.
And now here is another interception. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Now a first down carry for Harris, and very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. On the ground, it's Harris. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. A give to Harris, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
They run with Harris. He's not going to get there. That one could be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They're going on 4th down. It's Trubisky. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Connected with Mixon.
And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. Clock running here under 90 seconds to go.
Burrow's throw into the hands of Burrow.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Burrow dumps it off to Mixon. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Now the Bengals urging everybody to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins.
Here we go.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He completes it to puts it on the carpet. It's out. And unfortunately, he's able to recover himself, but the clock's still rolling here.
Here's Burrow. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Steelers, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.